This is not financial advice, not legal advice, or entertainment educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, double check you're still subscribed to the channel, double check your notifications are on, and if you hit that like button, double check it's working properly, because these criminals are doing everything in their power to suppress the channel because they don't want more people becoming aware of the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. Listen, the bad actors are doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on the manipulation of GME, okay? They know it's not going bankrupt. They know GME's sitting on almost $10 billion in cash and cash alternatives, and they know there's no way out for them. So what they're trying to do, they are manipulating the stock, hoping that retail investors sell their GME at these ridiculously low prices. And I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell GME. I'm just telling you that the evidence of the manipulation is overwhelming, yet the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI sit on the sidelines while this level of corruption goes on in the play. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Can you imagine 72.88% of GME volume was sent to the dark pool? Okay, 72.88%. You think they would allow this with Meta or with Amazon or with Google or some other stock that they were long in? Of course not. This is obvious dark pool manipulation. I mean, Stevie Wonder could see this manipulation, and that guy is blind. And if we can see it in the numbers every single day, the SEC sees it, the DOJ sees it, the FBI sees it, and they do absolutely nothing. How can you have any buying pressure if you're taking all the buy orders and sending them to the dog pool, and then on top of that, you're adding millions of counterfeit GME shares to shorten to the market? Okay, 72.88% of the volume is in the dog pools, and then you add another 20, 30 million counterfeit short positions. How can the price of that stock go up? Almost impossible with that level of manipulation. Yet somehow nobody sees anything that requires an investigation. This is absolutely crazy to me. History is not going to be kind to the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI when it comes to this era in the stock market, because the last 5 years, the fraud and corruption has reached another level, and we have brought it to their attention, so they can't claim they didn't know, because a lot of times the SEC, the DOJ, the FBI, they like to claim that we weren't aware that the fraud was going on, like they claimed with Madoff when they were investigating him for years and allowed the fraud and corruption to continue because they could. Okay, and that's what's happening now in the United States stock market. The fraud and corruption is overwhelming. They can't claim they didn't know because we have been sending them letters. We've been putting out videos. We've been screaming at the top of our lungs. And the information is right here in the data. The manipulation is right here in the data. But somehow, nobody sees anything that requires an investigation. It is appalling to me that the United States stock market is this corrupt. Had somebody told me this 5 years ago, I would have told them they were crazy. I would have told them this is not a third world country. There's no way the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI would allow this level of fraud to continue. But the bad actors are not afraid of the SEC. They're not afraid of the DOJ. They're not afraid of the FBI because they do their crime in broad daylight because they feel they have so much control over our politicians, so much control over our law enforcement agencies and our regulatory agencies that they don't think nothing will happen to them as long as they limit their victims to retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. If they were doing this exact same thing and 1%ers were losing money, there would be a joint task force, there would be indictments, and people would be in handcuffs. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think that it is market manipulation when 72.88% of GME volume is pushed into the dog pools? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.